Welcome now, the great Steve Azar, host in a Mississippi Minute, musician and Mississippi's music and cultural ambassador. My good friend Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Sounding, Gerard. I'm in a vehicle heading to Florida.
I got you. Well, be careful, man. We wanted to get you on to give us an update on the upcoming Mockingbird Festival. You're part of that. What's going on?
Yeah. My wife and I started this whole Mockingbird series years ago, and it travels the country with friends of mine, hit songwriters from Music City. But we love bringing them to the birthplace of America's music, our Mississippi. Speaking of, Florida's not nearly as pretty as Mississippi. Just FYI. Anyway, all right. But you know we've got it coming, and so we've partnered. There's been a couple of other festivals for years, Frog Fest, which is obviously the Muppets, Kermit the Frog, in Leland, Mississippi, and we've got with Crawfish Festival, so people can partake in that, especially 'tis the season. But the Wildlife Heritage Festival became like our umbrella. So the Mockingbird Music Songwriters, Hitmakers Songwriters Festival is the music entity, and then we've got 4 festivals in one now, trying to really piece this thing together in historic downtown Leland. So we can bring in big crowds. It's free to the public now. And then we have a big VIP tent where you can get tickets. And so it's become more of a thing. We at Stapleton, Marion Morris.
All right, Rhino, what do you think? Okay, we'll see if we can get Steve back on the line. Evidently, he's traveling through an area with weak coverage. See if we can get him back on to talk to us more about the upcoming Mockingbird Festival, something that he created, was his brainchild. So just hang in there with us, folks. Got some text on the C Spire text line. Thomas in Greenwood says that he sides with the Democrats, talking about the congressman because he will not vote to oust the speaker, vacate. One thing that should be kept in mind, folks, I get the frustration. This was so predictable. I never thought for a minute that by replacing the speaker, the prior speaker, Kevin McCarthy, with anyone, including Mike Johnson, who was hailed as a staunch, tried and true conservative. Okay, we got Steve back. Steve, you back?
Yeah. I like you talking about Kevin McCarthy, but I'm in a bad cell here in Mississippi. Okay, so anyway, So I don't know how much you heard, but we're 4 festivals in one. It's going to be great. Eventually, I'm going to step it up and bring in some really cool singer-songwriters that actually have their band intact. But you know me, I like to bring my guys in 3 at a time on stage, telling the story behind their hits. And they've got hundreds of hits. Yeah. And so it's but we're going to have bands mixed in. I got my buddy Charlie Ross and the Cracker Jacks closing it out, big party. And then there'll be some other bands that are playing weaved in and out. But we're excited about it. I got Charlie Mars, Mississippi native, who's had a very successful artist career. He's joining us this year. So anyway, it's going to be fun. And we're trying to just bring people to stay in hotels and come to our Mississippi Delta. Yeah, absolutely. Well, so it sounds like an unbelievable amount of fun. So tell the folks where they can get tickets again. Well, it's free to the public, so it's May 3rd and May 4th. But if you want to get VIP tickets, I believe it's Mockingbird. Oh, man, you caught me on the spot. I should have been prepared. Mockingbird.eventbrite. Mockingbird24.eventbrite.com. Okay. I think that's it. Mockingbird2024.eventbrite.com. Got it. Well, sounds like a whole lot of fun. So tell us again, when did you start doing this? We started 4 or 5 years ago. We started it for the pumps down here when we had all the flooding south of us, in the Rolling Fork area and all that before the tornadoes hit. And we raised we've raised a pretty good chunk of money for them. And then we just kept doing it. Visit Mississippi's involved and so many great entities around the Mississippi Delta. And so it's been a great thing for that. But we're just trying to fill up hotels and and use our art form to make a positive impact on the economy. And this is Visit Mississippi on steroids. So we're excited about it. And as I've learned, I used to think, Gerard, people just showed up to our concerts. They magically showed up and appeared and magically popped themselves back to their house without spending any money along the way. So anyway, we think putting 4 festivals in one together is going to draw people. Christmas on Deer Creek is already at 10,000 people.
Wow.
And that's after 3 years in Leland. So we feel like a good spring festival can have the same impact. And obviously our Tamale Festival in Greenville has had up to 30,000 people. So we're starting to gain ground again and celebrate our art form and bring in a lot of my friends from Music City that I missed.
So, and speaking about that, Steve, when you approached your friends, these successful artists, about coming and being a part of this, what kind of response do you get? Obviously, they accept your invitation because they come and perform, but what's it like?
Well, I can tell you this: there's a waiting list. And,
wow!
And nobody ever says no unless there's a sickness or some sort of health issue.
Yeah. Or
I'm telling you right now, there's never been a no. So they love coming here. They love coming to Jim's Cafe. Been 5 generations of the Brown family, and they love to come. They all go there and sit at the table of knowledge. They can't wait. They have become sort of citizens for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And when you ask them, do they want to come for 2 or 1 day because they have 1 day to play? Oh, we want to come for 2 or 3 days. And I'm going, okay, come on. They love it here, man. I love seeing that. We have the same situation with our Delta Soul Celebrity Golf and Charity event. You'll be there again this year, hopefully. 13 years, and some of the folks from around the country come in for a full week. So it's a credit to our Mississippi and our hospitality and our character and how personal we are with folks. And it also reminds us all that we're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
And Mississippi is a beautiful place to come visit. And I still think that we have the most beautiful, friendly people in the world. And I've been around the world like you have, and I'm going to bet on that every time.
Yeah, I'm with you, my friend. Yesterday we hosted the show down in Laurel, Mississippi, right next to the Laurel Mercantile. And, of course, the city of Laurel has gotten unbelievably famous with the hometown television program, Eric and Ben, of course. But, something that I talked about yesterday, Steve, was that, dang, we have such a great story to tell here in Mississippi. You're fantastic at it. You're such a fantastic ambassador for our state. We got to keep telling it. We got to tell it more.
Yeah, well, you and I are on the same page. Hey, by the way, VIPmockingbird.eventbrite.com.
Thank you.
VIPmockingbird.eventbrite.com, and we got Chef David Cruz cooking both days. So it's going to be incredible food, drinks, and that'll be the only way you can sit and get a close shot to the stage, and that'll be our VIP experience, and that's the only thing you can pay for.
Cool.
As far as tickets. But, yeah, you're right, man. Mississippi is a special place. We just passed through Laurel, and every time I pass through there, I think about how well that they have grown and revitalized their historic town. And, yeah, I mean, I feel like you do. I can't get enough of our Mississippi. Can't get enough.
It's unbelievable. And when you know as well as I do, folks come here for the first time, they may have some sort of preconceived notion about what our state's like, but once they come in, they visit, as you said, they meet the world's friendliest people, they're totally blown away. I mean, they're shocked.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just throw this at you, and this will give you a good example. We have our Viking show. It's my resident gig now at E.E. Bass, which was, one of the original Greenville Highs, our performing arts center that we've been trying to save for years, and it's doing great. But we've got my Steve Azar's Mississippi is what Viking calls it. 400 different people 2 times a week when they come in, and we're going to get to the point where we're doing 60-plus shows a year for them. And they have said that we have the number 1 rated show in the world by passenger rating, and their entire fleet.
Incredible.
They almost have 100 ships, and it's not because of just me. It's because of the people that I surround myself with, 40, 50 people, the businesses, all the folks that greet people and they were hugging on people, and they just can't get enough. And one guy said this, and this was the best: to think that I had to go to Greenville, Mississippi to rediscover America.
Unbelievable.
And I just thought that's a beautiful thing. So there we go. We got things rolling down there.
I love it. Well, you be careful on the road, and sounds like the Mockingbird Festival, man, looking forward to it. It's going to be a big old deal. Appreciate all you do for our state.
Yeah, and the name of it's the Wildlife Heritage Festival now, but we're the umbrella. We're underneath their umbrella, but it's a beautiful thing. I love you, brother.
Take care, my friend. Talk later. See you, buddy.
Thanks.
We're coming right back, folks.